Man, I love the Chris Lord Algae series. It's like my favorite. Sounds good on everything. I love like the CLA vocals. I use that on everything.
Let's be honest, you're not gonna find these videos anywhere else. Why? Because I make them. So it would really help me out if you subscribe. If you've already subscribed, what also really helps is if you like the video and leave a comment. It's hard in the era of clickbait videos on YouTube and negativity in the producer community, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Bufa wants to know if Teflon Sega is a real person or AI. I don't think we'll ever know. But have you ever asked that question about any of it? Is Anjanette real? Am I real? As a matter of fact, you may not realize that I'm actually an avatar. I know I look like a real person. However, it's just a very sophisticated technology that I use. Sometimes my hair grows out. Sometimes my lineup is messed up. It's just that sophisticated. So you really can't trust anything today in 2022. If you want to jump into listening to some loops right now, let's do that.
Yeah, let's listen to some loops. You guys can throw some purple in the chat if anything speaks to you. All right, dope. So I did ask for drum loops because I want to like play. I wanted to go like all live instruments, like live bass, live guitar. We lost them. All right, we got a tribal one. It's kind of dope. Damn. I don't know if I'm awake enough for that tempo right there.
Just FYI, Seth, I changed my my light for you.
Oh, word. I see you. I got you. With the perps. Damn. I don't know if my fingers can move that fast on guitar, but we'll see.
Yeah, how many instruments do you play?
I play anything I can get my hands on. Do I play it well? Probably not, but I try to get at least a take of something decent and then loop it, but I don't know, probably, I mean, if you hear any guitars on my stuff, on my own stuff, Teflon Sega, that's me. So I think that's probably like the instrument. It's like the one instrument I tried to take seriously and then ended up just kind of writing songs on it. So I'm not like technically great, but I can move around on, that's how I write. I write on guitar. So play a lot of electric and acoustic, but and then if you play guitar, you can make your way around bass guitar, but keys is like one thing like I wish I learned. I remember like people taking piano lessons around me when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, fuck that. And then now at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, I wish I was one of those nerds waiting for my piano lesson, you know what I mean? And missed out on that.
I was one of those nerds.
Okay, so more of a melody loop. Okay. That's kind of weird to skip. This one's called, this is Grandtastic Beats, shout out. He's in the chat. She, or they. I feel like the tendency or like what most people would do would be to go halftime on that. But I feel like this would actually be like a really dope like synth wave kind of kick, snare. So maybe I'll mess with that. I'm gonna color that one.
How does your production process tend to go down? I mean, you write a lot of songs with guitar. Do you then record a scratch version and send it to producers who then, create around that idea? Because I know you produce yourself, but you also co-produce a lot.
A lot of my stuff is produced by two producers, Bass Mob and Keys Cobain. And if I really am trying to focus on the song and really try to get the lyrics right, I love collaboration because I can kind of dive deeper on, another lane. But if I'm producing, really, I'm lyricist, songwriter, singer first. So I everything would try to go around the concept. So if I had a lyric in mind or something, I would try to create soundscapes and vibes around that. I don't really have a formula. It's funny, I have a template pulled up right now that has some drums I like, some synths I like, some sounds I like, but I really don't have a workflow, a consistent workflow. I'll start some songs on guitar, sometimes just start with a drum loop. I know most people have their way and probably work way quicker than I do, but it's another one from Grandtastic Beats.
This is a Grandtastic Beats.
I think that's his tag.
Oh, okay.
God's cooking on it.
Why he send the tag? Is that something I'm supposed to place in or something?
God's cooking.
I think it's something that we asked them to do in case.
Got you.
It's that kind of party.
I should make a beat out of just a tag. Flip it.
Some tags you can do that with, I swear.
Just put it on a piano, start playing the different notes and chords. That actually could kind of be fire. If we have time, I'll do that. I like the flutes in there. This is God's. Okay. This is G Lavo. Pretty dope. Am I allowed to mess with tempos and speed up or slow things down, or what's the process
not.
here?
You are locked in. We are just complete dictators. No, you're good. Do whatever you want. I know a lot of producers on previous episodes have really manipulated the sounds, reversed them, pretty much made them indistinguishable from their original state. So yeah, just be creative.
Cool. Yeah, let's start with this one.
Also, just FYI, MIT researchers have discovered that viewing a DAW in reverse actually enhances brain activity. So this is really healthy for all of us.
It's like listening to Bach.
It's listening to Bach and reading War and Peace upside down. So I'm just going to throw some snaps in here just to see what it feels like at the current tempo. Another thing I really love about Logic is it has really great, I'm surprised more people don't use it because the plugins that come with it for free are really dope. It has this Space Designer reverb that I use on almost everything. It says you're not the only one that I know. I know a ton of producers, but also singer-songwriter producers who swear by Logic and they use nearly all the stock plugins.
It might be that. You you make a good point. It might be more like a songwriter like tool than producer's tool.
Which is, it shouldn't have to be, but.
Yeah. I mean, my friends that make drums, though, there's something about like FL just hits, I feel like it hits harder, if that's what you're going for.
It's that freaking default limiter.
I'm just curious what this would sound like if we went a little quicker, a little faster. Just in case, I'm gonna chop it up on every 4. How does this change? Oh, nice, okay. See what it sound like if it was like, I'm gonna really mess with it. Alright, I'm gonna see what this feels like. Throw a little bass line on there, some live bass. You know what I'm saying? Just get set up real quick.
This is the second time we're seeing live bass.
What, this is only the second time? I'm surprised too.
Yeah.
How many of these have you guys done?
It's a relatively new show, so it's easy for me to say, you know, something is a first, something's a second. Who else did live bass? Grandtastic wants to know. Remember DJ Afterthoughts session? He had a bass. I thought he had a bass player in the room. Maybe that was guitar. Maybe this is the first time. I don't know.
I guess I should probably get at least a kick in there.
Are you recording the bass just raw into your interface?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to see how you process your bass then in Logic to make it sound.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Let's get a little snare on there. You know? Yeah, so bass guitar, man, I love the Chris Lord Algae series. It's like my favorite. Sounds good on everything. I love like the CLA vocals. I use that on everything.
Yeah, that's a good one.
CLA bass, CLA guitar. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just stubborn some ways, but. Alright, so let's try that. Wait, what? Somebody said something in the chat. I missed it.
Yeah, did you have a live stream where you accidentally forgot to save something and had a
I
crash?
never save shit. Yeah, I don't know if that's an accident. I'll probably, as I start a whole project, delete everything, start over. You know. Good enough. I like to give the bass like just a little bit of distortion, a lot of compression, little treble so it pops out a little bit. It's interesting. They have like by default you can throw a chorus on the bass here. It's kind of cool.
Are you outsourcing your final mixes or it's all DIY?
I probably mix like 80% of my stuff, but that's only because, listen, if I could afford like everything to get mixed, I'd probably do it. But I've dropped, I think,
Well, yeah,
like
if
on
you're
my,
putting out a song a week, you know.
yeah, that's the thing is like I think I have more than 100 songs out. So
Jeez.
I mean, do the math. You know what I mean? Like how much would that cost to get mixed? It'd be like crazy.
$50 million. I guess it depends on your
Yeah, 50
engineer.
million, exactly.
Well, but here's the question then: How do you stay that consistent? What kind of schedule do you put yourself on?
I mean, I pretty much like do that. I don't do anything else. I don't like have any. I don't go. You basically get almost like if you're doing a song a week, you start on Monday and you put it out Friday, and maybe you take a breath like on the weekend, and then you get right back to it. But yeah, I did that. I actually did that 2019 to 2020. I saw Russ was like putting out a song a week, and I was putting out like a song every 2 months, and I was like, man, I'm not working hard enough. Also, I needed to realize not to be like too precious with shit. I think like creators generally like we can work on something forever, right? Because there's no like, first of all, there's no such thing as perfect. Second of all, there's no such thing as like a piece of art that's ever done. So I kind of had to tell myself like I had to give myself a hard deadline. It was like a lesson more than it was like about songs.
You know, I've said this before, and it caused a lot of controversies. There is this narrative in the creative community that you can't put a timeline or a deadline or a schedule on creativity or art, and that creatives should just create when they feel like it and not enforce a deadline. And I personally disagree, and it sounds like you disagree, but just what are your thoughts on that philosophy of just creating whenever you want?
I mean, it depends on like what your goals are. Like for me, like I really want I want people to listen to my music. Like I really want to get my music out there. And like I was having like, it was personally satisfying to be on my own schedule and to only create when I was really inspired. But at the end of the day, I was just making music for myself, and to build like an audience and to like really get people vested in my music, I had to show a lot of sides of myself, sing about a lot of different topics, dive sort of deeper into like telling my story, and release more music. Honestly, like, you know, when I finally started to build more of an audience, people kept saying like, people, you know, what I found about Earthlings is you guys listen and consume shit really quick. I'll put out a song and like 2 weeks later, people will be DMing me and be like, yo, are you okay, man? Are you alive? It's been so long. It's been like 2 weeks since you released a song. And I'm like, damn. So I'm just trying to, I like a challenge too. I mean, it depends. Like if you're trying to make like the purest, most personal art, and you want to do the Kendrick thing and make like one album every 3 or 4 years, like there's just no way, there's no wrong way to do it. You know what I mean?
You better be Kendrick if you want it to work though and reach a wide audience.
Yeah, if you're trying to have like a big audience, you better be like prolific as possible. And you know, I'm happy being okay. I do my thing, and not trying to like change the world, but I love like the challenge of trying to just always put out more music instead of driving myself crazy working on one thing for like a month. So I kind of see both sides. I see why deadlines are really good for creatives, but I also see why, like, if someone gave you a deadline, you'd be like, you know, F that, like, I'm gonna take my time and get it right. So it's a spectrum. I don't think it's one or the other, you know?
Did you see your fan engagement increase, and did you see your base of listeners increase as well when you started creating more and releasing more?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think like these like machines, like whatever you want to call them, like algorithms or whatever, they reward a lot of content. I don't know if that's like a good thing or bad thing, but especially like on YouTube, which is like really primarily where I built my audience, like YouTube really likes to see that you're putting out a lot of content. And when you do, you get free marketing, right? Like you get suggested more, you get, you know, that you just kind of get plugged in. So it's really tricky to build right now if you're not putting out a lot of content. I'm not saying I totally agree with people being rewarded for like, because I do see people burning out. So you gotta be careful. You gotta protect your energy. You gotta make sure you're having fun. You don't want to just be creating and not like feeling it. But there is a balance. There's definitely a balance between, you know, trying to feed this like machine and also staying in love with the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How do you keep it fun?
I mean, for me, like I've always been like that guy in the studio just writing all the time. So it doesn't really bother me. Like, I think my issue wasn't creating more. It was just finishing more. Like I would make like 4 or 5 ideas in the studio a day, but then I would only put out one song like a month. So I just had to work smarter. I wasn't necessarily working harder or different. I just had to like put a bow on shit and put it out. And then that made the world of a difference. I think like the people I know, like one of my homies is Saint John. And I think like, obviously he's talented as hell, but one thing he always did was finish and then, you know, and release. And, you know, it showed. I mean, the success shows. And I think like we forget that a million ideas on a hard drive is just like, it's just sitting there in the ether and no one can hear it. And how do you grow? You know what I mean? So yeah, little guitar. Guitars is definitely like where I have the most fun. I love layering, a ton of guitar ideas. Give a little subdivision.
We have a question in the chat. Are there any collaborations that you want to do at this point in your career?
Damn, it's a good ass question. I mean, I would love to like collaborate with Kid Cudi, but I feel like that's probably like one of the untouchables. You never know though.
Yeah, I don't think it's impossible.
I don't know, like maybe producer wise. Honestly, have you heard any of Calvin Harris's new album? It's all like live. It's like funk. It's pretty dope.
All right, we'll put that out in the universe. Kid Cudi and Calvin Harris.
I don't know if that should go on the record. It wasn't well thought out, but let's see, where do I got the Yeah, man, I just want to come on here and give you some kind of like live shit, something different. I don't know. I feel like as a writer and a singer, I feel like I don't know, a lot of production starting to kind of like sound the same, and I think like I don't know. I feel like it's just about there's gonna be some like big changes the next like year or two, but obviously there's a lot of fire shit out there, but I feel like there's some of the some stuff I hear a lot, and just be nice to like. I know this is probably not a typical kind of vibe, but. Layer a few more drums on there, and then I want to cook over somebody's drums. I really wanted to like. I don't even want drums. It's not my forte. So I'm gonna cook over some of those drums we had.
Oh, so for most of your songs, you're not the one behind the drums?
If it's like more, for the most part, like I work with like Cobra, Keys Cobain, Bass Mob, another producer called Chef Seth. Yeah, drums is not like my forte necessarily. get a little hi-hat in there. Sounds rushed. I want to hear like 21 on this.
I can hear that actually happening.
What do you say?
I can hear that happening.
Something you wouldn't expect.
Well, you know, speaking of Kelvin Harris, there was that, you know, that was like a new disco track, the Frank Ocean one, and Migos were on it. So
True.
why not?
True.
Why not 21 on it?
You're right. You're right. Somebody starting shit in the chat. My synth is like barely in reach right now, so it's kind of reaching over here. So what we're gonna do is quantize the living shit out of that.
That's a super dope breakdown section.
Yeah, right?
I like that quite a bit. Skyborn must be a regular here.
What's up, Sky? Just trying to get some kind of lead sound for once, like a melody. Shit. A lot of times I'll try to here, I'm gonna put some reverb on my voice, try to sing a melody with the guitar, kind of has a vibe, I'll show you. Check. Oh, look at that, man. See, I recorded all the vocals, the guitars. Like that second take, probably. Dope. I think we got a chill one.
We can go to a number 2 if we want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so a lot of people are bringing up Beretta Lake and the collab you did with Saint John, and that looked like it was on your YouTube channel. You put it up a couple years ago, but Mr. Suicide Sheep released it on their channel much longer ago, 5 years ago. How did that collaboration happen?
So I was working with Fallen, and I was making a song. It's funny because I made a song with Fallen and another producer, Harrison First, and it was like one of those situations where I just kind of like half finished it. I wrote a verse, the chorus, and the second verse was like just open for mad long. I don't know, I had like writer's block on it. And I know Fallen and Saint John were making an album together at that time. And Fallen, I wasn't in the room, but I'm guessing what happened is he must have pulled it up, and Saint John was probably he feeling it. And it really has like a vibe, the production. And I remember at like 3 a.m., I got a text from Saint, and it said, yo, check this out. And it just said Beretta Lake featuring Saint John. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I played it. I was like, had just woken up I was like asleep. And I played it, and I was like, is this like dope? Is this like the dopest verse? And I played it back again, and I was just like, what? And it was two things. It was amazing because he finished the song, which he kind of, in a way, showed me how to be a finisher in some ways. And then he just cut a crazy verse on it. And I don't know, that was it. Really, it wasn't like I didn't even ask him to be on it. I think something be said for artists that just like, if they feel something, they do it. And it's not like industry shit or business or like anything like that. You know what I mean?
Was that before he was signed? When that
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because he was indie for a long time.
Yeah, a long time. I think his first album he put out in like 2010 or something. He's been doing it forever. Yeah,
he's like an indie. He once told me like, yo, I'm in the no contracts club. I thought that shit was hilarious. But he signed.
Well, let me pick up on that because you also said that after you dropped Beretta Lake with Saint John, labels started contacting you and offering you deals, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they were shitty deals that you said no to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have known how shitty they were, but like, you know, first of all, I had friends who had been signing to majors and getting completely screwed. So I kind of was familiar with that, you know, Saint John and the homie Rami really kind of like sort of helped me navigate. But yeah, you know, they can look good on the surface, and they're designed that way. A lot of these contracts, especially when you're broke and they throw you like in, you know, you see like, oh, in advance, like, oh shit, $100,000, this would change my life. And then you don't realize you're never going to make another dime, and that you signed creative control over. And I mean, if you think your whole career is worth 100,000, I guess maybe do it, but it's not what it seems. And it was a hard thing to say no to a lot of those major offers when I was like broke as shit, but ended up being, you know, one of the smarter things I think I did probably was just holding out.
So then here's my question. As time went on and you built up more of a fan base and more of an identity as an artist, did the deal offers continue to come in, and were they better because you had just way more leverage? You knew you didn't need that money?
it's funny, like the industry is like watching more than you think. And like, yeah, the deals, as you grow more, I guess you could call it, the more leverage you have, they kind of know and take note, and the deals get better. So yeah, I continued to get offers all the way through for the last 4 years of doing the project, continued to get better as I grew an audience. But there was only one offer on the table that, like, for me was like made sense and felt like, you know, they're going to let me continue to own the music. And it felt like, you know, they felt like a Web3 kind of vibe, like let the artist own their shit, a shorter term relationship. And that was like 6 months ago. Empire threw me that. It is an independent label, and I do believe in you know, the way they're doing it. So I did sign that. So now, you know, I am signed, even though, you know, we operate. It's very, you know, indie in terms of like I have full creative control. You know, it's just a really nice contract. I don't think I would have gotten that contract if I hadn't built the way I wanted to build. But, you know, to be honest, man, I had planned on being independent. Like, I like doing my thing. I like making whatever kind of music I feel like that day. I don't really need an A&R. You know what I mean? I don't really need like people telling me what to do, where to go. I'm an introvert. I kind of just do my thing. So yeah, the Empire thing, man, it made a lot of sense. And they were a good partner for sure.
So then how does that work? Obviously you're not stopping your workflow. You're not changing anything about your outreach, about your overall brand strategy, just because you have this deal with Empire. How does it work when you make a song and you drop it on, you make a song on Monday, drop it on Friday? How does Empire accommodate that?
I think the only difference for me is that we just need a little more lead up time. So if I finish a song, instead of releasing it like a week later, you know, the label will hear it, get behind it a little more, and the only hard part for me is instead of like, it'll be like 3 or 4 weeks until it comes out, instead of like, oh shit, I finished this on Thursday, I'm gonna upload it on Friday tomorrow night. It's gonna be real fun. But you know, it's cool, like, because it's not a ton of lead up time. It's not like, you know, I got some homies on labels where they turn shit in and then it's like years before it comes out. It's not like that. They're like down.
Oh my God.
Or maybe never comes out.
No, the one time I was on a label deal, that's kind of how it ended. So I'm getting flashbacks.
As an artist or as a producer?
It was a production deal with an artist. So we were just both kind of signed.
Got you.
And yeah, it was that kind of thing where it's like, if they don't approve the song, it doesn't come out. And we're not supposed to be releasing stuff on our own necessarily, which we ended up doing anyway. After a certain point, we realized it was pointless. But with the Empire situation, yes, you have to plan your music a little more in advance. Is there a benefit from that in terms of Empire doing some extra work, you know, playlisting, marketing, just adding a little bit more fuel to the fire that you've already built for yourself?
Yeah, definitely, man. And that's why I partnered up, is because, you know, they're an amazing team of people trying to find opportunities. I mean, we really just started working together. So we're only like, I think I've put out 2 songs now through them. But yeah, you can just see, like, you know, staying indie is beautiful and it has its pros, it has its cons, but having a team of people trying to, you know, work the music and trying to get it out to a bigger audience and trying to, if the vision aligns, it's a beautiful thing, man. So we're only a song or 2 deep in, and I can see how hard they work and how, you know, there are artists like Ghazi, who started the label. He was an engineer, mixing engineer, producer. These are the kinds of people, I don't know, I have like a policy where it's like, if I'm going to do anything in the industry or like sign to anybody, a label, like, I want to feel like I could kick it with you. I can't feel like it's some suit or somebody so different or so foreign to me where, you know, I couldn't like actually like, you know, kick it or hang with them. Like, if it feels like someone that could be dope, or a family, or like even a friend, like there's something there. Like, I'll be wary of people that seem like they're from different world than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're
Which
going
is a
into,
tough thing because you're an introvert. So that's a big task for them to fulfill, right?
yeah, but true. But just knowing the grind of somebody who started creative, you know, the way Ghazi did when he started a label, and you know, I mean, to be honest, like a label telling you get to own all your shit is so rare. So that out of the gate is dope. And I think that's in the future that's going to be normal, but right now that seems to be like disruptive. So
Well, let's hope. I mean, it's got to be disruptive first before it can be normalized. But I feel like we could talk probably for hours about what sort of disruptive new strategies we want to see in this business, because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But what I'll say is this:
sure.
one, shout out to Empire, shout out to Ghazi, and then two, I'm interested in seeing what you do with the next loop. So I'm gonna mute myself for a minute and let you do your thing.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, there was one other thing I was gonna say about that, but yeah, I think the other thing, like for creative, is try to build to a point where if you're gonna sign any kind of deal, make sure you have creative control, right? Because you wouldn't have gotten where you are, and you're not going to see your vision out if someone's blocking you. So I think that was one of the most important things for me, was to see a deal where I don't need you to sign off on my song, right? Like, you should just find a way to market it. I'm going to do my thing. So anyway, I'll stop talking to. All right, so I think we're up here.
Buffo on him.
That's kind of dope. That's Cole Robbie. Jazz, you think that one fits the vibe? All right, I'm gonna come back to that, but I think you're right. Oh, shout out to Buffo on the beat. Playing your stuff right now. A lot of soul in his stuff, her stuff, their stuff. Kind of dope. Let's fuck with that. Buffalo on the beat. So this one was G Lavo. Let's save that. Save as. Alright. What's good, everybody? I've been ignoring the chat. I'm about to move it up closer. What's good, Milka? What's good, Mina? What's good, Sky? What's good, God's Will? Let's get this shit out of here. I hope I was allowed to swear. Whoops. Sometimes, probably get a text from my mom after this. Heard that mouth. That's cool. Let's mess with that. 142.
What did I miss? Teflon was cussing up a storm?
I don't know about a storm, but I said I realized that I didn't know if I'm allowed to swear on here. And if I don't watch my mouth, I'll get some text from my mom after. She's tuned in. She might not be on this. You have to be like a BeatStars member to be on here. So I'm doing, or maybe just Twitch. She probably is here. What's up, Mom?
Yeah, no, you don't have to be a member of anything, honestly. And I went to my parents' house yesterday, and my dad said, "Yes, I saw your cat jumping around in the background of your newest video." I said, "Who? Since when do you watch my YouTube videos?"
They're always watching.
They're not, and that's the thing. That's what gets you, because the second they start watching, it throws you off. So hey, if either of our parents are in the chat, just send us a text so we know to be on our best behavior, please. I think it's
please.
only right.
Yeah, right? They should let us know. It's like when a cop is hiding behind a bush. It's like, bruh, it's kind of too sneaky. Pull up on me and tell me how dirty my mouth was. No, I'm just kidding. Parents are cool. It's not the cops. Bad comparison.
Unless your parents are cops, mine aren't, so I'm lucky.
Nice chords, Buffo. Am I saying that right, Buffo? Buffo on the beat.
It's Bufo on the beat, and
Bufo?
This is an and the guitar chords are dope. I'm gonna mute myself, but they're dope.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'll take some food. So you cooking, Joe Star? I'll take 14 quesadillas. We talked about this.
Those producers who aren't always hungry.
We were talking I was doing a Twitch stream. We were talking about how, like, when you have a guest and you're like, hosting, you're going to make some food, and then they kind of go OD on like the order. It's like, yo, I'm going to make some burgers. And they're like, all right, I'll take 4. And you're like, bruh, you getting 1. That happened to me recently. It was mad awkward. I gave him like 2. He's like, I said 4 though. And I was like, calm down. Goddamn.
That really happened?
That really happened. That's a true story. And he's probably in the chat.
And then Anjanette has the nerve to say, who's eating 4 burgers? Me, I'm eating 4 burgers. Damn, I don't think it's unreasonable to want 4 burgers, but it might be unreasonable to request 4 burgers from a friend. Unless you have that kind of dynamic. Like if you come to my house.
Yeah, this is like a new homie. So it's kind of like,
okay.
It's kind of like, I don't know, bro.
Because I get the good grass-fed burgers. They're expensive. So yeah, you know, my best friend can get 4 because, you know, like we've done a lot together. We've run from police together. We've cried in a car together. You're at the 4 burger level friendship, but you know, yeah.
Yeah, but it depends on, maybe you are, but how big is your grill? Like if it's going to be 2 rounds of grilling, do you love them that much? You're going to grill twice? Like how much?
I got 2 grills. I'm serious about
if you got the space and you got the patties, I mean, do your thing. But yeah. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to get this done and eat. Like we make a whole production. We're not going to make.
People are really questioning whether or not someone can eat 4 burgers, though. How many burgers? Be honest, Teflon. How many burgers are you good for? Like on a seriously hungry day.
I mean, I could do like, it depends if you're double stacking. Like if you're throwing I could do 1 burger, 2 patties or 2 burgers, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything for the rest of the day if I eat 4 burgers, man, because when you're cooking them up at home, it's like them patties are pretty big, bro. It's not like little weenie Earth McDonald's burgers.
Well, I think maybe your friend needs an intervention because either they're not eating well on their own and they're kind of just maybe taking their intermittent fasting a little too far, or they have some kind of food fixation. But
no, you know what it was with this guy is he's like one of them. He's just like benched. He's gonna go to the gym and bench like 350 pounds. He's like bulking, and I'm like, we're just gonna eat a meal, dude. I'm not trying to supplement your like Mr. Universe lifestyle.
Okay, I literally just worked out before this, so I got 4 burgers on my brain right now. So again, I'm gonna mute myself because I'm coloring this conversation a little too much.
Go drink your muscle milk. Huh? No, I got you on the burgers though.
I'm done.
I'm your guest, so I'll be like a super guest and I'll cook up.
No, I got the grill. I have this humongous, like unreasonably large size of a bag of charcoal. So I got you.
Okay, so you're like grill master. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I thought making any burgers at all for me, I was like, damn, I'm gonna really flex on my hosting skills. And then he tested me. So he's not coming over again. That's it. He's cut off. Always tune your instruments if you play them. Playing an out-of-tune guitar on someone else's beat is the asking for 4 burgers at a new person's house. It's just kind of sloppy, you know, kind of rude.
If you do that, you don't deserve anything better than, you know, the 99-cent special about to expire ground beef.